once again, I'm Extra Life, and this is my new drum set. I just picked this up yesterday from a local seller here in the Bay Area, and as you can see, it is a beautiful set of vintage Ludwig Standards from the year 1970 in this gorgeous blue strata finish, which is so 70s, it looks just like a bowling alley to me. As you can see, it's in pretty decent shape. The wrap is looking really good. It's got all of the lugs, but it's missing some of the hardware. It is a rock size kit with a 22, a 16, a 13, and a 12. The Standard series is something that Ludwig introduced in the late 60s to compete with the sort of new flood of Japanese import drum sellers who were beating them out on cost. So what they did was they took their same high quality maple shells that they've been using in the Big Beat series, the Downbeat series, and they put on much more lightweight hardware and came out with a whole bunch of flashy new finishes to try and move some units. I think they look phenomenal. Some people like the more classic hardware, but I really like this lug. It is kind of a copy of the Japanese version that was coming in, which itself was a copy of the Slingerland style lug. So it's sort of a Slingerland style on a Ludwig kit. They've apparently been sitting in a warehouse over on the other side of the bay for about 30 years. So I imagine they haven't been played in a long time. The heads are absolutely dusted. These are going to have to come off. On the bass drum, we've got this really unusual setup where we have the kind of traditional diamond plate down stem for the tom holder. And then we also have this much more old school kind of rail style consolette mount. I don't even know if this is a Ludwig part. We're missing the tom stem, and we're also missing, the floor tom legs. The bass drum does not have any spurs on it, so I'll need to find some of that. I did find that this cymbal stand is the right diameter to go into the bass drum here. So I might be able to use this at least temporarily, although if I set this up as a one up, one down, I might find that I just like having the tom on the snare stand. As you can probably tell, it's going to be a ton of work to get these drums looking nice and sounding good again, but I think it's going to be a ton of fun, so let's get started. Alright, I've managed to get all of the lugs and other hardware off of these drums, with the exception of two of the toms have these internal tone controls or mufflers that won't come off. And as you can see, there's a screw with a threaded portion on the end and this nice knurled handle on the other end. And if you try and unscrew it all the way, it just stops at a certain point. And what has happened here is that the threads at the end of this screw have been deliberately marred so that you can't turn it all the way and then have the nut fall off inside the drum while it's, got both heads on it, because that would be a real pain. So we are going to have to try and fix up these threads. I think I'm going to use a triangular file to try and just recut the thread where it is, or at least file it down so that the nut can slide over it. I've managed to remove all of the hardware from the drums, and we have an absolute ton of it here. Some of it is mild steel or zinc plated, and a lot of it is chrome plated. So I'm just going to start by trying to take all of the rust off the mild steel stuff, and we're going to do that with Evap-A-Rust. And there's a lot of different ways to do this. You can use vinegar, you can use mechanical abrasion. This stuff is really quick and extremely effective, and the cool thing about it is reusable. You can just pour it back in the bottle, and somehow the chemistry is self-refreshing. So if you do hardware restoration, I highly recommend you try this out. For the chrome-plated parts, I think we'll be a little bit more gentle. We're going to try and use mechanical abrasion. We'll do WD-40 and aluminum foil, which is going to take more than a couple hours, so I think I'm probably just going to show you a montage and maybe narrate over it. Don't really feel the need to talk you all the way through, but I will show you any interesting details. Well, as you can see, this kit came together extraordinarily well. I'm super pleased with the way that it looks, the way that it plays, the way it sounds, and I'm really happy that I was able to keep the original 70s look pretty much pristine. I am still using that late 90s Ludwig Acrolite snare drum with this kit. It's a great sound, I think it holds together really well. However, Ludwig did make a matching gray aluminum shell standard snare drum with the same logo and lugs as this kit. They're not too expensive these days, so I may try and complete the set with one of those. As always, I want to say a huge thanks to my supporters over on Patreon who make these videos possible. It means the world to me to have your support. And if you're interested in getting early access to the new videos as well as a little bit of bonus content, head over to patreon.com/extralife to join today. Even though I'll probably keep this as a one-up, one-down kit, there are 3 toms, so let's play this out with a quick demo of what they all sound like together. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.